is doing some good storytelling. Now that I've heard her like delivery a few times, I can kind of get into it. It's very overwhelming. It's very tough. I ain't gonna lie. Like I have nightmares about Keita Rose. I don't think I don't think I would do good in any kind of back and forth with Keita Rose. I feel like I'll just freeze up. All right, fair use.
Really pissing me off. Number one, I'm not one of those friends that fall out with a friend and tell their business. These hoes
like
actually never liked me at all. This is
like now. I feel like it's telling everybody's business like right now.
Isn't a hurt people situation. This is a you fucked around and now you're gonna find out. A lot of you are saying this
like shit like that. Shit like that. That is a very that whole like those voices, those are terrible voices. Those are very off-putting voices. That those they, you know what I'm talking about? See how scary that is? That's scary. Super duper scary. I just want to put that out there. But she do shit like that. But anyway, shout out to her. She's doing some pretty good storytelling these videos and whatnot. I'm really getting the gist of everything. And again, someone who's putting all the content in a centralized place so that I can just find it and do my six pass thing. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I keep saying that when I do this shit right here, I'm going to start pointing to the box more. Start giving y'all more like production. Does this make you feel like you're getting production? If I point to this, let me know in the comment section if this is doing anything for you. So anyway, shout out to Keita Rose. She's right there. Oh, I got me a YouTube channel going. Oh, I'm finna make a name for myself here.
This seems a little one-sided, Keita. Right, because I'm the only one talking. So since your faves get paid to speak on a daily basis, they should have no problem freaking out. Before it was Tonight's Conversation, live and uncut. It was Tonight's Conversation, love, sex, and relationships, the tour. I had never been on tour before. I was content creating and working HR at Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. I was HR there. By the way, since we're doing this, y'all probably shouldn't be eating that shit either, but if they sue me, they're going to take my son, so I best be shutting that ass up. But I got to meet some really great people. I
think that was one of the more interesting things she said. Like whoa, wait a minute. Slow down. Whoa there, little buddy. Who's going to take your son? Are you saying that the macaroni people are going to take your kids? Send me an email. sixpassivehealth@gmail.com. Put mac and cheese mafia in the subject, and I'll figure it out. Send me an email. All 2025, I want you guys to send me an email. Also, I want you guys to start booking me. Okay. I want you guys to start booking me. I want you to book me to get on the phone with you. Listen. I want to revolutionize, if that's a word, like the whole counseling game. I'm not counseling on nothing, my G. I'm just going to just kick it. You know what I'm saying? You want to just talk to six pass? You just kick it. What'd you say? Oh, go ahead, man. So anywho, all right, man. So here we go. I'm sorry. So Keita Rose is giving us some of the history of basically this guy's humble beginnings and also his relationships and how he treats other men. All right. And another aspect, and this is really a great video for women to watch to understand the signals of a bad man. Okay, it's like it's the same man. Like men like this are like promiscuous women or really easy women for men. Even if y'all cool, even if she's gonna be easy and cool and whatnot, there will always the kind of women who would just come to your house and y'all just have sex and whatnot. That's gonna be cool about 3 or 4 times. All right, that's someone that you gotta go ahead and just let y'all just hang out every once in a while. Y'all kicking and whatnot, and y'all happen to get it in because there's always going to be a lot of drawbacks. That's usually going to be like the best that in terms of things you're going to enjoy about her. That's usually going to be the best thing about her. and it's going to usually stop that, and that's why she's letting you get that, right? But usually a lot of times, what you're going to see is that you can't get much of a relationship out of her. You can't get her to help you with nothing. You can't get her to really have to really be really invested. And also you find yourself, you just realize for the most part, this is the kind of woman that doesn't really need or want a relationship. Like, men got to understand that shit, because what men will do is men will spend a lot of time trying to change women and thinking that, all right, if I love her enough, if I keep trying to manage her and whatnot, she'll eventually become the woman that I want her to be. And don't get me wrong, yes, you can influence a woman and whatnot, but at the same time, you got to realize, you got to really acknowledge where they come from. And a lot of times it's really tough to hear. But if her mother they didn't put no effort into showing her how to have a good relationship, how to maintain a good relationship, and what kind of what to look for in a husband and whatnot. And if she's not good with her father, and there's probably nothing y'all could do. It's probably there's no, y'all can't have a relationship. All right, because again, she'll always have everything will always come through that filter, and she'll always have that chip on her shoulder for whatever issue she had with her father. And also whatever her mother ingrained in her about relationships. And usually, for the most part, modern women, for the most part, have taught the current women or the younger women of our generation that relationships are not really important, or you shouldn't make sure that you're in one and not understand. That's going to change your quality of life. I saw a video the other day with this girl with this big pimple on her forehead. Was talking about, yes, people talking about, so you want to go work 2 jobs and whatnot, you wouldn't want half your bills paid. And she's like, no, I'm not going 50-50. Now, mind you, ain't nobody trying to pay no bills with her, because girl was not cute at all. No one's looking to pay a bill. No one's looking for her. No one's trying to do nothing with. You had women coming online like that, and if I'm saying that, that means she was really not good looking. But online talking about not going 50-50, which is the dumbest conversation, and it really speaks to our low comprehension in the Black community, because we really show every day that we don't understand nothing. I think every man has had conversations with a woman, and you just that didn't make any damn sense, or do you not realize how you sound when you say that? These women are literally telling you that conversation literally says a few things. For one, it says, I'd rather struggle on my own than have your lifestyle. But she acknowledges that your lifestyle goes up if we're sharing the bills, but she doesn't want to acknowledge that, all right, well, it's either my lifestyle goes up or that's it. Only my lifestyle, only I can benefit from my money. You know what I'm saying? And it's like one of these things that further influences, especially Black women, to think that the only way to be in a relationship with a Black man is to put him in pretty much a subservient position, in a position where he's being the most useful he possibly can, or he's making things as convenient as possible, because that's the only way it's worth it to be in a relationship with Black men. I know I went to a bit of a tangent, but anyway, but going back to the whole point about why these kind of guys become popular, and how women should be able to really watch guys. First of all, it should be obvious. You can just tell by how he's speaking. Like I said before, when men start talk, I know this is more with men who pander. When they start talking like womanese, meaning that they start speaking like women, or saying things that women say, like playing in your face, or we ever hear a man say "pick me"? Anyway, I'm sorry. All right, Keita, I'm sorry. Go ahead and do your thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The very talented Jay Martinez, the very funny TC Caldwell, the really beautiful and talented Caleb the poet, and Mo Joe. Look how happy I am. Stupid.
I ain't gonna lie. That was kind of funny.
I can't help you with that.
Girl.
And this healed
emotionally mature, ready for marriage, man. Honestly, the show was a vibe. It was a vibe. It was intimate. It was positive. I had millions of followers. TC had millions of followers, but he lost his page. And when he lost his page, Mojo Jojo said, "You're no longer valuable. Goodbye. Goodbye."
Yo, she kind of sped past that. That was a whole lot that she just said. So they had a good show going. And again, it's going well, right? It wasn't like she said, yo, he was on the tour for the next year. Things got stale. They've already started the tour. So this man loses. I guess he lost his Instagram page. He lost his Instagram page. And because he lost his Instagram page, you fired him? Can he get his followers? Like, if people following him, like, this person would get their followers back up. So what you're seeing is the kind of person who will lie to you. That, first of all, that's why people like that can always make money. Because what I realize about making money is once you kind of let go of how it's going to come to you, you can, for the most part, become more creative and be more motivated to act and make shit happen when you don't think about, all right, damn, I have to do this, I have to do that. Because again, a person like that, because again, someone like Ace Metaphor has no issue. It doesn't matter because so he saw an opportunity. He saw an opportunity with this market. He said, "Look, listen, it is really profitable to create an echo chamber for women. Well, basically create prom for women." And that's exactly what he did. But at the same time, one of the reasons why a lot of men wouldn't want to do that is because they would know that for one, I'm poisoning the minds of women and I'm making them feel supported in their foolishness, which will also create more of a problem for other men. Because what he does, his kind of content and his existence, he's encouraging and inspiring a lot of women to stay how they are and pretty much to not change. And again, and that's really what's been a problem with Black people in general, is that we don't realize how much needs to change. But that's why I'm glad we have these conversations online, because we're putting language to it. Power in the tongue, like Scarface said, we're putting language to it. But anyway, let me go ahead and let Keita finish what she's saying.
This is my best friend, and the reason why I'm in this fucking predicament, she was following Mojo Jojo and couldn't believe he picked me to be on tour. So when Mojo Jojo hired me, he said that we were going to make a lot of money because he had done a lot of shows. This wasn't his first show. This was my first tour, but not his. He used to be on tour with who's that? Apparently it started out a card game, but then they moved it to making content and then moved it on the road. I don't know. So one of the products sold on tour that made the tour and made him so lucrative is his card game. But word on the curb, allegedly is this was not his idea. A little birdie told me that the card game was his idea.
So that's Derrick Jaxn. Derrick Jaxn may be the most influential and successful panderer to Black women to ever exist. So Derrick Jaxn was known for making videos where, again, he's speaking womanese. Basically one of the most, again, just a God level panderer. He had a video one time saying that women are women in their 40s are the most lit on the dating scene. So let me make this short. He chose 40s because he knows a lot of women in their late 20s up until their 40s is single. But if he says women in their 40s are the most lit on the dating scene, on one level, it makes women in their late 20s and 30s feel like, all right, well, I have basically, if they're still able to date, I have more time. But realistically, no one's saying you gotta meet someone when you're 22 years old. But for a young woman, it does not make sense to basically put yourself in a position where you're not designed to keep being with man after man. You're not designed to have a bunch of relationships. You're really designed to be in one good relationship because you only can follow one person. You only can really link with one person. That's why, for the most part, it's really hard to be with a woman who's had kids by another man. It's very hard for her to separate because it's hard for her to acknowledge, hey, I really care for this man. We'll always be connected, because she doesn't acknowledge the connection in a logical way of like, yeah, we had a child together. Of course, I have feelings for him and whatnot. You know what I mean? But I have to acknowledge that, hey, it's over, and I've chosen to be with another man. A lot of women don't make that commitment of, I am no longer linked to this man. I do not want to be linked to this man. I'm now with this man. And I mean, what happens? Another thing too is that the men don't make it a point that they're respected as the quote unquote, I don't want to say first choice. I say first choice for lack of a better term, but basically as if she desires you or wants to be with you. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing, you know? And a lot of men, especially if you're not the most handsome guy, if you're not a man that demands respect, or is very much has an idea what his program is, these things may be going on, and you may not have the language or the words to say, this is how I want to be spoken to. This is how I want to be treated. You know what I mean? Or this is a non-negotiable. Like, all right, well, with me, listen, I'm not the only one getting squeezed. I'm squeezing your limit too. You get, I'm gonna get that juice out too. You feel me? But I'm joking. That's a reference to a metaphor that Angry Man came up with called but he was talking about how, especially when you're in a relationship with a modern woman, she looks at you you're not a lemon, but she sees you as a lemon, and and when women get to where they feel as though that they're done with you, it's like it's because they see you as a lemon where they squeeze all the juice out. You can't get anything else out of it. It's done. It's over. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's how men got to understand how women see you. Now, women don't have to look at you this way, but that's just the way that it's kind of like, again, like when you were a kid. You know what I mean? When you look at someone more for what they can do for you, because when you're a kid, you need to be around someone who can do stuff for you, because you can't do a lot of things. When the younger you are, the less you have, the more that you need someone to be around someone who has resources. But once you get your own, that's when you start having better relationships anyway, because you have your own. You don't need this person to do anything. You have to kind of be friends with them because you like to talk to them and like to be around them, or that's it. Versus, oh, well, they got a car, or oh no, well, they be having money, so on and so forth. You can't base your friendships on that. But anyway, but going back to what I was saying about character. So already she has exposed the fact that he has stolen ideas from people that he broke bread with. If you think for a second that Derek don't think that he was stolen from, right? Also, the whole birds of a feather type shit. What he did was, for one, he understood content, and he was able to really capitalize off of what Derek couldn't. Now, again, this always kind of happens with guys who are like, who have the visual down. A lot of times when guys have the visual, like when guys look good, a lot of times that's going to be it. Because it takes a lot of effort to look really good. You know what I'm saying? A lot of time, effort, and you know what I mean? So O'Shea Duke Jackson pointed this out about how this guy has a lot of followers, but he doesn't really do content. And after he had them scandals when he got exposed and cheating on his wife and whatnot, after he done made all these damn videos talking about, just all this feminism channeled through a male entity. You know what I mean? Where it's basically things that a feminist would say, or if a feminist could program an AI, like it was like he was a cyborg that a feminist program, and he's like the living embodiment of the invisible man that women are talking about. You know what I mean? The 6-pack, 6 figures, 6 inches, or so on and so forth. You know what I mean? He loves a woman who got kids. He don't mind if you're a little fat. You know what I mean? He doesn't mind if you have a bad tooth. Doesn't mind if you need healing. Doesn't mind if you need a mat therapy. He'll take you however you are. Because the modern women, for the most part, has a strong belief that in a relationship they should be taken as they are. They shouldn't have to actually do any work. It should be like, however I am, you should be good. I mean, like, what's really the problem? Are you strong enough? Are you tough enough to take me on? All right, man. We're about to close out in a second, man.
But he just didn't know how to market it right. Good thing Mojo Jojo is a master marketer.
That's a whole tongue twister. Mojo Jojo.
Unfortunately, this is going to be the end of part 2. But don't worry, we're going to give you a sneak peek of what's to come in part 3.
That's what I'm telling you. Wait, so y'all men really don't like getting y'all asses ate? No, man. For what? Y'all better be glad I ain't no shit. Because I put these niggas out. I be making ass. I like for men to pee on me. Okay?
That's so, oh my God. So that's actually one of the people on the show. And don't get me wrong. We're not judging. But that was on someone's live. Young men, if you ever come across, if you ever dating someone or who has any videos like this online, you got to run away. Don't even put your shoes on. I want you to run home barefoot. Because you'll remember it more if you run out the house barefoot. You might step on some glass. That glass gonna stay on your foot for a while, but you won't forget the steps it took for you to get away from that woman. A big issue is that I think it's exposed a lot of people, but it's become trendy, and like that don't even hit the way it would have hit 5-6 years ago. But it's become very trendy for Black women to get online and have private conversations in public. Because, like, yo, in the confines of a relationship, or depending on how religious you are, a marriage, all that kind of stuff, whatever you want to do, all right, cool. If y'all both consenting, but that's somebody's mama, yo. Anyway, all right, so yeah, so I want to make sure I give y'all some content on that. So I'm noticing with the channel, so I think this week I've been working my ass off, so I haven't done as many shorts and whatnot. Because shit, yo, your boy, yo, subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe to the channel. But nah, man, we about to go all the way to fuck up in 2025. Thank you to everyone who subscribes to the channel. Thank you to everyone who follows your boy, man, and supports the channel. And so I'm about to get into this next segment in a moment, man. Love at the lockup, man. Y'all ready? Love at the lockup time. Love at the lockup time. It's Daddy's favorite show. It's Daddy. Let me right back. All right.